Around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and this is the action figure I've been waiting for a long time, and I ordered it as soon as I knew it was going to be coming out. It dropped April 1st. It arrived at my door April 2nd, and something I think that is not a coincidence is the fact that Image slash Skybound Comics are dropping a special Simon Missions book featuring this character next Wednesday, or as of release of this video, yesterday. So, yeah, get in your comic book stores if you didn't get the Silent Mission special. Get it. I'm talking about the Crimson Guard Retro Card Cobra Enemy. I do not have enough Cobra action figures in my collection. I mean, I have more than enough, but when you're a collector, it's never enough. And I really like what they were doing with the Crimson Guards. There was there was one that was out already that is kind of a cyborg that I wasn't a big fan of. And there is another version. This is a sleeker female Crimson Guard. I like the design of it. I like the weapons and accessories. And these retro card figures, always cool. They come with a biography about the character and what else is going to be coming out with this line. We have a paratrooper and a heavy artillery guy also in this line. Read the back here. The role is Cobra Elite Trooper, primary specialty undercover espionage, secondary specialty demolition, birthplace various countries. The Crimson Guard are the elite shock troops of the Cobra Elite. Too precious to be wasted on the battlefield. There is forced worldwide in deep cover, assuming normal appearances and lifestyles. And I think that this right here, because of the design and the look, would be a great troop builder, but not at this initial price. I paid, I believe it was like $25 before tax for this brand new $25, $27. And if you're going to use these as troop builders, that's a heavy price tag. But depending on how well it moves and if it's discounted later, this would be a great troop builder at even the $20 range. So I'm hoping that maybe it will drop. I will find a sale sometime in the future and we'll be able to get a couple more of these. I'm very happy to have this in my collection right now. I'm going to get into it. The way I do these reviews is I use a 3A criteria. The first A is appearance. How does it look? Does it look true to the character? Does it look great as an action figure? This aesthetically. The next A is articulation. How does it move? How does it pose? And the third A is accessories. My goodness, if I was going to add another A, it'd be accessibility. Somebody have trouble getting this thing open. Here we go. So get a good look at that while I remove the rest of the accessories. Okay, finally, getting down to the last couple of accessories here. So now we got everything out of the box. Let's get a good look at it. I love this dark red, the big Cobra symbol on the chest, and then we have a V on the belt buckle. Starting top to bottom, I love the Cobra helmet, and I love the fact that the upper body is not too bulky in a way that will hinder the articulation. So I really like that about this action figure. And while this is a basic trooper action figure, it is far from basic with the appearance. I would say this is an iconic look even. And then you look here at the front of the torso. Um, the shirt it has buttons on it. And are you painted on? Yeah, they're actually raised buttons and a badge on the upper torso. Let's get a good look at that. That is very cool. And then we have over the shoulder this faux rope here. Now we have the belt. Minimal compared to a lot of other figures in this line. It has a holster in it, and then we have a holster on the left leg. Going down here, the boots, they have heels on them. I don't know if that's tactically good or what, but it makes for a good look. Little pocket detail on the boots as well. Yeah, this is a great looking figure. I would give the look of it an A. It's simple, but not basic, not boring. Going on to articulation, let's start head to toe. The head is on a ball joint, great range of motion because you don't have a hairdo getting in the way there. No neck motion back and forth like on some, but that's okay. And then going down from there, going to the shoulders, we actually have a butterfly cutout on the chest and at the shoulders so you can get extended range of movement backward and forward across the body. And in a lot of these G.I. Joes, that movement is hindered by a bulky flat jacket or overcoat, but here we don't have any of that bulkiness, limiting the movement of the arm with this butterfly joint. So I'm a big fan of that. The shoulder goes all the way around and then up and down. We have a cup between the shoulder and the bicep for horizontal movement. Double jointed pinless elbows. You can get a full range of motion there. It's a little bit sticky out of the box, but I wouldn't suggest forcing it. Some people let them sit in warm water to loosen the joints. What I do is, since I have my laptop right here, the cooling vent, I will place it by the cooling vent while I'm playing a video game or something. 5 minutes, it moves like butter, and it's not going to be stuck again. So that's how I personally do it. And then going down to the hands, yeah, they rotate. The rotation is a little hindered by the gauntlet, but not too much. And then if we look at the hand here, let's see if my presumption is correct, because the hands do remove, except for these ones do not want to budge. Okay, I'm not going to take it all the way out because, yeah, switching hands on this is going to be a little bit of a pain. But if you notice here, if you get a look at this hand, usually the joints, like on the fist hands here, the extra fist, if they move, they go back and forth. But these actually move up and down. And the reason why they move up and down is for more natural movement. Say you want to have them pointing a weapon at eye level. You don't have to put the arm at an unnatural position. You can put it at a natural position and adjust the gun up and down that way. So I really like that up and down motion on the gun hand. And then on the fist, you usually have a left to right motion. But even on the fist now, it's just a straight up and down movement. So I don't know if we're going to just scrap the left to right movement on the wrist altogether. But even the bonus hands have that up and down wrist motion. And then going down to the torso, upper torso is on a swivel as well. We get a good range of motion there. And then we have a little bit of swivel on the hips, not too much. They're not designed to be mobile. Going down to the leg, it is on a ball joint. We have a thigh cup for horizontal left to right movement. There we go. And then going down to the knees, we have double jointed pinless knees. that are actually moving very well out of the box. And do we have a cut on the cap? Okay, yeah, we have a boot cut here. So the boot is actually a separate piece that moves left to right as opposed to a cut in the cap there, which I like. I mean, it eliminates an unnecessary line and you still get that movement. Granted, it's a little bit higher on the cap than normal, but still, we're not creating another line that's going to take away from the realism of the action figure. So I'm a big fan of that. And then going down to the boots, we have a little bit of side to side and a good range of motion backward and forward. So for the articulation, I would definitely give the articulation an A. I like the fact that there are no unnecessary lines. Everything seems to move very well. And we do not have the blockage of the butterfly cut in the upper torso. So that's always going to get an A for me. So I think we were at A on the appearance and A on the articulation. Now let's talk about the accessory. Starting off with the big knife here. Not sure what kind of knife this is. Maybe a K-bar or something. Reminds me of the old Rambo toys from back when I was a kid. We had the big 6-7 inch Rambo toys that came with all of the accoutrement there. Those were the days. I used to love those things. I look for them now on eBay. And the problem with them is that they're either very, very pricey because there are a lot of nostalgic fans that are looking for them, or they're just in terrible conditions because the paint was not made to last. And then we have a sidearm, a pistol. Not sure what kind of weapon that is. I'm not a weapons expert. The biggest guns I hold are with my G.I. Joe action figures, so you have to forgive me for my lack of knowledge on a specific gun here. That fits in the left leg holster. And then we have a big rifle of some sort here. Yeah, I like the detail on it. One thing I will always complain about when I see it, and that is the flat black paint job. I think that you could do a lot more with these, maybe a different color on the buttstock or on the handle, but just the flat black. The knife sticking out the front is painted silver, but outside of that, it is a very bland accessory, and I think, too, it will make the details pop a little bit more. You could tell the sculptors went to great detail here, and I think with a slight color variation, that work could be more greatly appreciated. So let's get the gun in the hand here, and then we have the backpack with the Cobra logo. Plugs in here to the upper back. I've noticed some of the newer figures, the peg holes in the back don't seem to fit as well. And this is a little bit troublesome here. Doesn't want to go all the way in. And then we have this sheath for a larger sword. And it looks like that's going to plug in right here on the side of the backpack. Let's see. Yep, that looks like that is where that goes. So that's a novel piece, something I haven't seen in other action figures, so big fan of that. And the backpack too, from certain angles, it does look good. From the side profile, you can see here that it looks almost like it's floating off of the back, but from behind, from the front, looks pretty good. Looks very good. And then we have the big sword that goes in the sheath here. We have the silver on the blade and the black handle. And I showed you the two hands, the two fists. So for the accessories, I will give the accessories a B- for two particular reasons. The first reason is a nitpick is while the backpack is snug and secure, it doesn't quite fit in the peg hole. I mean, I could either cut off a little bit of it or, do something like that to make it fit better. That's a little nitpick, or I'll probably just leave it as is because it is secure, but I think they could have done a little bit better quality control on the backpack and the boring paint job on the weapons. Two colors, one for blades, one for everything else. It really does not draw attention to the great detail that the sculptors put into this. But overall, we got an A appearance, A articulation, B for the accessories. I am a big fan of this action figure. At the price point, yeah, I paid a little bit more than I generally do. But I look at that as, kind of a early tax. It literally showed up on my front door the day after it was dropped. So that's what I paid for. But I'm thinking if you're willing to give it a few months, 6 months, you will definitely be able to find this on sale at a more reasonable price. But to me, the $25, $27 I paid for it was well worth it. And it has a lot of novelty that I don't have in my collection. Again, it is a Cobra Trooper that I do not have a Cobra Trooper. I have the big name Daddy, got Destro. I have Cobra Commander, Baroness, the twins, a couple of Dreadnoughts, and I think it's a Grim Viper. But not too many other bad guys. So this is going to help throughout the ranks there, and there is a male Crimson Guard that I've seen too that I will probably get if I stumble across that. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Did you get it? You're going to wait for it to be on sale. You're going to get it now. I got mine at the Walmart app. And if you have Walmart Plus, you get free shipping. So, I encourage you to take advantage of that. What else is there? Oh yeah, be on the lookout for that special Silent Missions comic book featuring this character that hit stores yesterday. So you go back to Comic Book Day, new Comic Book Day next week, pick up a copy of that from Image/Skybounds. And if you would like help to grow the channel, you can buy me a coffee using the QR code on the screen right now. I thank you for watching. Appreciate every view. And I will see you next time. Until then, keep buying the action figures. I'm out.